Tomorrow evening, all of you, yes, all of you, invited to an out-of-this-world concert event with the Abilene Philharmonic Orchestra featuring choreographed images and even animations of our own solar system. So here to tell us about the planets, Maestro David Itkin and visual artist Adrian Wired. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today. We talked about this. I've been talking about it for a couple of days with some of my coworkers and whatnot. So many people excited, and yet many of you may not have heard of this. The Planets is actually a musical score, a composure, but now here in Abilene being set to a visual performance as well that has been designed by you, sir, Adrian. Tell us about this. Tell us about this culmination of the two and how this came about.
Well, there's this great piece, The Planets, by Gustav Holst. It's almost a century old now. It's one of the most popular pieces in our classical repertoire. And it's a piece that many, many people, when they come tomorrow night, they will go, oh, because not only have they heard it because it's been stolen into many, many other uses, whether that's a commercial or a movie, but it's really the inspiration for most of the modern movie composers.
Okay.
Who write science fiction or outer space music for films. This is where they stole all their ideas.
Okay, I hate to say, I saw Star Wars performed by the Philharmonic, and so I hate to say that any of that was plagiarized or stolen from this particular...
Well, stolen is an ugly word.
Borrowed,
but John Williams admits freely that he is greatly inspired by Holst and by this piece when he writes that kind of music.
Incredible. And you, Adrian Wired, you're from, not from the U.S. originally, but here for a long time, and we're glad to have you in the Pacific Northwest. And I guess wooed down to the big country to share your artistic perspective, your design behind what this piece looks like.
Yes, I'll be adding...
Set sight to the sound.
That's right. I'll be adding an extra dimension, hopefully, to the whole experience on the screen. But the point is the music will remain the center stage. That's the idea. It's true, I grew up in England, and Gustav Holst is from the south of England, as I am too. But I have been in the US my adult life. And of late, I've enjoyed visiting orchestras across this country and even internationally, adding this extra element. So I'm super happy to be here in Abilene. You're very lucky to have a wonderful orchestra here. We've been rehearsing hard, so I've got to hear the orchestra at work, and it's sounding wonderful.
They are phenomenal. I know how hard they work. I've heard so many of their pieces and performances. However, you know, this is really merging two different things together. We think about the planets, and we think about science class, we think about our planetarium, but setting a musical score to something with sight, it really helps to bridge the gap between the two. And especially, you said you've already had 4 performances for children. Kiddos have already got to see this.
Thousands of school children have seen this presentation this morning and yesterday morning.
They're so lucky. I'm so jealous.
It's great to have so many of them there, and then it's for adults and whomever else. Saturday night, 7:30.
Yes, so that performance tomorrow night is for the rest of us to buy our tickets and get into the Civic Center as fast as we possibly can. The acoustics are phenomenal, and of course the visual effects for this, just like you're in the movie theater as you described.
Yes, there'll be a gigantic screen, a movie theater-sized screen, not your little movie theater at the Metroplex, an old-fashioned movie theater, a big screen suspended above the orchestra so you can watch this presentation simultaneously. Do you have a favorite part or a favorite score about
oh
my gosh. Well, you know, I only get little glimpses of it. I can see the screen.
You're busy, you're conducting.
But I'm right. I'm trying not to be distracted because it's really fun to watch, and I'm trying to keep my focus where it's supposed to be. But there are a lot of incredible moments, and it's not just like a bunch of images while you watch the music. It's exactly timed to the music. So when there's a real event in the music, there's an event on the screen.
I can only imagine it to be mesmerizing, and the fact that we're bringing these two things together, pairing arts and science together for kids, for adults, it really merges the two worlds. And again, like we mentioned earlier, there's a lot more math that goes into music than people realize, and so it really right and left sides of the brain. I hope that we see more of your collaborations and more of your designs as well in the future going forward. You said they have other pieces, so maybe we'll see some more going forward. But as for now, tomorrow night, it's the place to be.
That's right.
Thank you so much. I look forward to this for you all as well. A successful evening. And for the rest of us, we need to get our tickets right now. So if you would like to come out for The Planets, it's at the Abilene Convention Center tomorrow night, March the 5th. The concert begins at 7:30 p.m. You can get those tickets and more information at AbilenePhilharmonic.org.